After a long journey, Aeneas and his men finally arrive in Italy. Aeneas makes for the temple of Apollo, where he meets the Sibyl. He prays to Apollo to allow his people to settle in Latium, but the Sibyl warns him about the future hardships he will face in Italy. She informs him that the Trojans will eventually settle in and rule Italy, but they first must fight a terrible war. Aeneas asks if she will grant him entrance to the underworld to talk with his father, Anchises. The Sibyl advises him that it is easy to travel there, but only those with the golden branch can return from the underworld. However, only those that are fated to travel to the underworld will be able to break off the branch. He is also told that he must bury the body of his friend that had washed ashore. Upon reaching the edge of the forest, Aeneas is disheartened at the sheer size of the woods. He sends a prayer, and a pair of doves guide him to the tree where he will find the golden branch. Aeneas manages to easily remove the branch and returns to the Sibyl so that she can guide him to the underworld. At the entrance of the underworld, Aeneas sees the ghosts of hunger, war, and discord. He is prepared to fight them, but the Sibyl stops him and cautions him that his sword will have no effect on the ghosts. The shores are crowded with the souls of those who are not allowed a proper burial, and therefore they must wait 100 years before they are allowed to cross the river. Aeneas and the Sibyl come across Charon, a boatman who ferries the souls across the river. He refuses to help them and explains that he does not allow living people to enter into the underworld because of past encounters with living heroes who journeyed into the underworld. However, he is appeased when the Sibyl shows him the golden branch and he allows them onto his boat. The boat is not meant for living beings and it struggled to carry them across. They land on the other side in mud. Across the river, they encounter Cerberus, who is the three-headed guard dog of the underworld. He guards a massive cave and will not allow them to pass. The Sibyl offers him a medicated biscuit of honey and fruits that he happily eats and promptly passes out. Aeneas makes for the entrance, passes Cerberus, and journeys into the underworld. Through the entrance, Aeneas is met by many ghosts who are awaiting judgment. The ghosts, apart from the Greeks, crowd around him. Continuing on, Aeneas passes the part of the underworld where guilty souls undergo torture. Aeneas comes upon the Elysian fields, and Aeneas leaves the golden branch at its gate. Aeneas talks to a Trojan shade who tells him where he can find his father. Once Aeneas finds his father, he attempts to hug him, only for Anchises to fade away each time. Anchises explains to Aeneas about the souls crowding the river who have been cleaned of their mortal pasts and are preparing to re-enter the world in new bodies. Anchises tells Aeneas about the future of Rome. He tells of Aeneas' descendants who will be great kings in Rome, describes Rome's 7 hills and how they will be blessed by all and rule the world. He tells of Roman heroes, including Augustus Caesar, and how he will reign over Rome's golden age. Aeneas has only 2 exits from the underworld. One is the Gate of Horn for true shades and the Gate of Ivory for false dreams. Anchises escorts Aeneas and the Sibyl to the Gate of False Dreams.